Legends rise, it's the creator's game. This is college lacrosse game day.
Welcome back, College Lax fans. We have another week of College Lacrosse Game Day. This week we have an extra man opportunity with an alum of Hobart College, an alum of Maryland, Eric Holden. He's coming in. We're going to talk ball. We're also going to create our own Dynasty programs in a hypothetical college lacrosse video game. Have our own coaches, stadiums, players, uniforms, you name it. Going to have some fun. Going to go through the slate this week, talk about our nail guns from last week, and then wrap up with some betting. First, the shot clock, go through every result in about 80 seconds. Here we go.
Friday, February 7th, Spaliner had 10 points. UVM beat the spread, 13-5 Orange.
The Stags snagged their biggest win in years. Fairfield 10, Lehigh 7.
Holy Cross tops Queens 13-12 in a barn burner.
Paddywhack Merrimack, they lose by 5 to Lowell, 14-9.
Hofstra took pride in their win over Wagner, 17-9.
Saturday, the 8th, Marquette has no mercy on Detroit, 16-6.
Bucknell boned St. Bonnie's, 21-8.
Awesome Lax in the land of Mormons, Delaware beats Utah, man down at the end, 13-12.
Air Force kept my family hungry this week, 14-8 Denver.
Stony Brook hangs and bangs with the Big Ten, upsetting Rutgers, 9-8.
The Tortoise barely beats the Greyhound. Good stand by Loyola, 18-7 Maryland.
Defense wins games at Homewood. Hopkins puts Georgetown on lockdown, 11-6 win.
BU squeaks by Siena in the opener, 9-7 at home.
Sacred Heart played with one on Hawk Hill. They upset St. Joe's, 12-11.
Bobby Moe misses Brian McMinn, 17-2 Richmond.
St. John's 15, NJIT 12. This game was like fast food. Ignore the pain, accept the consequences, and go back tomorrow.
We were wrong. 15-6 UNC over Michigan.
LIU tops the Mount, 15-12.
Iona shuts Vegas up, 22-9 Navy.
High Point wins by a point. First VMI, 12-11 in overtime.
Eric Maliver is the Duke of Jacksonville, 14-9 Devils over the Finns.
Wearing traffic cones, Virginia squeezes Colgate like toothpaste, 19-9.
Ohio State worked Cleveland State, 14-4.
Good start for Hobart. The boys beat Kanish, 21-12.
The Friars are rolling, 15-12 Providence over Bryant.
Mercyhurst still searching for their first. Bellarmine wins, 21-11.
Army covers like they did in the trenches of Nam, 16-9 over UMass.
Manhattan begins their Memorial Day weekend hunt with a 2-0 start. They beat Monmouth, 9-7.
Marist mixes Mercer, 16-6.
Sunday the 9th, please DM us if you have a Flow Live account. Penn State 15, Nova 9.
Iona set the Tona. They beat Hampton, 13-9.
Monday the 10th, the Orange share the ball like a Playboy magazine at a combat base. They beat Towson, 18-7.
Binghamton Rick Too Much Bing on Sunday. Lafayette wins 69.
Tuesday the 11th, Bonnies get her done over the Mount in overtime, 9-8.
Ohio State stomps Bellarmine 16-4.
Holy Cross, they won against Lowell, 14-9.
Notre Dame, Cleveland State. Guess what happened?
Now, welcoming to the show, a good friend of all of ours, asked ChatGPT for some statistics, and I was very impressed. If this is accurate, I need to confirm with you, Eric, but I'm seeing 97 goals, 53 assists. You places you fourth in both goals and points in the Hobart Division I era. We all know this would have been more if your senior year was able to be concluded. Unfortunate with COVID, but are these statistics accurate? Is ChatGPT on the dot
I don't
here?
know. I just remember this. I only remember one of them when number 32 threw me the ball for a goal.
Fuck yeah,
Not sure
man!
about the others.
Bang!
Who was that against?
Who was that
One of
guy?
the Sacred Heart Pioneers.
That was,
who were
that
hot
was-
this year.
Oh,
Great moment. That was at the Mount 2019 NEC semifinal. You guys should have been there.
what was the situation?
Were we
Break it down
supposed to?
quick.
It was yeah, highlight of my life. But it was Sacred Heart was clearing. We had a man up opportunity. They were clearing. So man up ride, you get an extra guy in the situation. You know, it's kind of advantage for the riding team. I picked one off. I got to like 8 yards. Probably should have shot it, but gave it to the professional goal scorer and Eric Holden. He went low to high and gave a I am God celebration.
It was a Malcolm Butler
I was
interception.
going to say, it wasn't a
Midfield.
scrape the ice.
That's right. It was Mac Biz-esque. Eric, man, great to hear you. Great to have you on the show. It'd be good to just get an update on what you're doing, what life's like. I know you're in New York City. How's everything
Everything's
going?
going well. I'm working. I'm living in the same building here as former Hobart statesman number 19, Justin Scott. Moved out of my glorious 6-bedroom apartment with 5 of my closest friends. It makes watching lacrosse every Saturday a lot harder, which has been tough to process so far this spring. But all good. Hitting the Princeton Maryland game in a couple weeks, and then Hobart St. John's at Ridgefield High School in the next month or so. So we got some big tilts on the calendar. I'm excited.
I'll be there. Mike, are you gonna be there?
I will be
It's
there.
gonna be incredible.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need a bigger bus.
I'm working on it.
It's gonna be a great trip. You've been watching, I assume, a lot of lacrosse. Obviously, keeping up with Maryland as well. I didn't mention in the intro, but did your 5th year at Maryland. Unbelievable run. You guys went to the national championship, 1 goal short of getting a title, but an unbelievable experience for you. Have you been watching them at all this year? Keeping up with them? Only a couple games in, but
I watched
a lot to
closely.
watch.
I watched closely. The defense looked
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome in the first game. Some of the new faces that they have on offense are meshing nicely. They're moving the ball well. It was good to see some of those guys get on the score sheet, and then big win last week. Not what they wanted for a few quarters, but to pull one out in that type of environment, that's going to serve them well down the road.
Eric, who's your favorite transfer guy that Maryland has this year? Obviously, there's a lot of offensive guys, but there's some on the defensive end too. Any one in particular that stands out to you that really is bought into the Maryland culture and going to be a big impact player for him?
It's got to be Zach Orno, the Sudbury Youth Lacrosse product. It's been great to see him out there. He's been looking good, getting a lot of short stick D midi runs. The rumor is that he just doesn't leave the field. He's always getting shots up after practice, extra reps. Same way he's been his entire life. So definitely number 47.
Yeah, not a shocker.
He's
Good.
workhorse.
Not a shocker.
It's a great number too. It's a
Yeah.
gritty number.
47. That's awesome.
That
like
is
that.
gritty.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Gordon.
That's well, should we hop into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Our extra man opportunity with Eric Holden. Great name of the segment. We got an extra man. We can draw something up. We can do something fun. What we're doing for this extra man opportunity is we're going to build our own program. So you think NCAA 25, NCAA 26, what it is, if it's going to be next year. But the best we got right now is Casey Powell Lacrosse 19, which, as we were just saying, if you know how to play, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
If you know how to play.
Could be a better game, but it's
Who's the house champion?
It's fun sometimes. Probably me. I probably played the most. I created a dynasty with Brown. Played 3 seasons, and then it's just kind of repetitive after that. But no, it's a good game. They didn't seem like they put a lot of effort into it, but I think with AI and some better technology, it could take some pretty big steps forward in the next few
Some
years.
AI.
Yeah,
But
you throw some AI in there, you might have a game.
Yeah.
There's no point throwing poke checks. You got to throw body checks or slap checks.
Yeah.
Offense is a clusterfuck. It doesn't make
Rip
any
it down
sense.
the alley.
But it's only $60, so it's a good deal, and it's worth it.
And I think you need an Xbox. We'll play sometime. We'll stream it. But for now, we're going to build our own hypothetical programs, our own dynasties. So each of us are going to name our school. We're going to have a location, a mascot. We have a head coach who's active in the field right now. We're each going to have home and away jerseys. We're going to pull from historic uniforms over the years. And if you're devoted enough to listen to this podcast, you'll know exactly the uniforms we're talking about and excited to talk about them with each other. We're each going to have a stadium. Wanted it to be a lacrosse stadium, but it might be something else, something that would be ideal to play lax in, Eric. And then we're also going to have a team captain. So we're going to pull from the active NCAA field and have a centerpiece for our program. We don't know the order of this, so Brett's going to kind of go through the slides, kick it off, and we'll go through this. So here we go.
Excellent.
First.
Round 1, we got Eric is the first pick overall. We got name, location, and mascot. Eric,
All
go ahead.
right. So we're thinking about lacrosse hotbed areas across the country. Nantucket, Massachusetts has got to be one of them. I'm sure all the listeners know last year the Nantucket High School Whalers won the Massachusetts Division 4 state championship, got over 20 wins. So with a hotbed, we need college lacrosse there. So for the school,
it's now a hotbed.
It's a hotbed. They have commits on their team.
I mean,
They're good.
you put together a team with the people who are there in the summer, you might be able to win a national championship.
They don't need them. The high school program is hoisting trophies. So we're going located out of Nantucket, Massachusetts, Sankaty State College. It's going to be the bonita fish.
The bonita fish.
We know
Classic.
bonita fish are big. They're what's considered a trophy fish, and the high schoolers are already bringing home a trophy. It's time to get college lax onto the island.
I love it. It's a great. It might be too good of a place to start a program. There might be another one in this episode. All right, let's move on.
Go ahead, Dan. You're
My
up
turn?
next. Pick 2.
All right. My school is Top Gun University. We are the Samurais. It's our mascot, and we are located in Toronto, Canada. This is a military academy. I see us becoming an Ivy within 3 or 4 years. But the school was created as part of an agreement between Canada and the Trump administration to defend the skies, the mountains, the Northwest Passage, and develop a national championship lacrosse program that accumulates top talent from bordering nations. So we're really excited to announce the opening of Top Gun University. We are the Samurais in Toronto, Canada.
I'm curious about the samurai piece. Why is that your mascot?
Well, our captain is the last samurai.
I see.
Yeah.
Just a quick teaser.
But you got to be able to,
Okay.
I mean, it's not enough to just be able to fly planes. You got to be able to, samurais are badass, man.
They sure are.
Yeah.
There's not enough of them.
Ground and air.
Wish I knew the last one. All right, Hayden.
Great movie.
Great flick.
My college is similar to Eric's. I think we had a similar mindset here. I went with Nantucket University on Nantucket, Mass. Eric was Sankaty State College. I'm a university, so I think my recruiting pool will be a little bit bigger.
Just stay
I
on,
can
stay on
afford
your
to,
side of the island.
Yeah. I'll take the town side. You're kind of like out in the boonies, like 20 minutes from town or whatever.
Tommy Nevers.
But similar mindset. I think who wouldn't want to go to college in Nantucket? I think on any given weekend in the summer, you could put together 4 PLL teams based off the population who's there visiting or whatnot. But yeah, Nantucket University is a state university, so again, we can take anybody who wants to come there and give them a championship lacrosse experience.
Love it.
And my mascot's the gray whales because that's what the island was founded on, and it's essential to their economy, or at least it was. But it's a pretty good mascot. You can do a lot of things with that.
You guys should have been the Cisco Brewers.
Yeah, the Brewers.
No, Wales is too easy. I like Eric's, the bonita fish, the trophy fish. Wales is good though.
All right, Mike. What do you got?
I'm bringing it down to Jersey here, obviously, and I went with, of course, the defensive theme, as I always tend to do. But mine is Stonewall Jackson University. Mascot, the cavalry, makes sense. War reference, and Stonewall Jackson. We're playing defense at this university. All right, we're going to be D-Midi U. That's going to be the focus. Lockdown defenders and D-Middies. Morristown, New Jersey is the location. I don't know if you guys have ever found yourself there. It's in the beautiful town of Morristown in Morris County. It's like the nightlife of northern New Jersey outside of New York City and Hoboken. Beautiful town. You got Jersey recruits are going to want to stay there, obviously. You got the nightlife. You got New York City. You got the beautiful state of New Jersey to enjoy. I'm thinking Patriot League too. It just it feels right with the conference and the area, and just the grittiness that we're going to play with. That's where I'm going with this.
I love that. I like the conference piece. Eric, what conference you in?
Big East and Georgetown's reign.
Hayden?
I think we're Big Ten, being a big school, big state school.
All right.
In Nantucket.
All right. We got round 2. Round 2 is the head coach selection. Mike, we're going to throw it back to you. Snake it. What do you got for us? Who's your head coach?
I got Jeff Tambroni. I had to somehow bring Hobart onto my team. For those who don't know, Jeff Tambroni played at Hobart, was an absolute stud, All-American. But I also more so picked him. I love the way Penn State plays. I love the culture that they have. I think the product on the field is just straight grit, and they find those types of players, and that's what I'm going to need at my program. So Jeff Tambroni taking us to championships.
It's an important piece too. We said no alumni. So coach, if you're listening, no alumni. Jeff Tambroni is a great second pick. That's right.
All right, Hades.
Thank you. Yes.
You got Hades.
My head coach is going to be Matt Brown from Denver. A guy who's been at Denver for years and recently took over as a head coach last year. I think you need kind of, a hard-nosed coach who has just a brilliant mind for offense. And, being a coach in Denver, it's similar to Nantucket. There's so many activities to do, a lot of trouble to get into, and it takes a certain type of guy to, keep everybody on the straight and narrow and build a championship program. So he's my head coach. My assistant coach is Jake Kuhn, the head coach at RIT. Just another guy cut from the same cloth, just X's and O's, genius, and a guy who just knows what it takes to build a championship program. So Matt Brown and Jake Kuhn.
Great. Daniel,
Good staff.
what do you got?
Lars Tiffany's my head coach. I think he did have a conversation with both the Trump administration and the Canadian government, and he wants to spearhead this university and be a huge part of it. And part of the agreement was Tom Cruise will play him in a movie eventually. But no, Lars Tiffany, couldn't be happier to have him as our head coach at this program. We're going to play fast. We're going to get up and down. We're going to look like Brown back in 2015, run the field, polls, scoring goals. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're happy to have Lars, and he's actually going to partake in a lot of the military training as well. So we're excited to see him get up and down in both the field and in the fields.
Lars is a little brother of war. That's how he would identify us. So
That's right.
all right, what do you got there, Eric?
All right. For our
Coaches.
staff, I'm going with the Turry brothers, Justin Turry, Kyle Turry. So Kyle Turry, national champion, great goalie developer. Justin Turry, this guy looks like Superman. I mean, this is a great leader of men. I think newer university, we're going to need to really focus on developing these freshmen. And by the time they're seniors, these guys are going to be playing deep in May with the Turry brothers at the helm. Doing a great job at St. John's this year. They got the W over NJIT last week. They were America's team last year, so they're on the up and up.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Excellent.
Their tan's going to look amazing by the end of this, by summertime in Nantucket.
So that was a pretty man I'm looking at. All right, round 3. We got jerseys. Mike, back to you for jerseys.
Yeah, so for the home jersey here, I needed, at least home or away, I needed some retro jersey. Those are just the cleanest, I feel like. And when you bring the history in into the mix here, obviously, we got a newer school, but we're just going to start off with a retro jersey because they look the best. I did, I believe it was 2012 Hopkins throwbacks jersey. I love the helmet, too. The top of the helmet is, I think, one of the coolest parts of it, where it has that pattern at the top. I think those are going to look.
Explain a little bit for our listeners there. I mean, they got leather. Their gloves are meant to look like leather. They're brown.
They're brown gloves, leather gloves, white base for the jersey. Obviously, the Hopkins colors down on the blue on the bottom of the sleeve. Colors or the numbers are black and blue. The helmet is like black at the bottom with a white chin strap, and the top is like a hexagon of Hopkins colors, and it's like kind of looks like mesh kind of with the jersey.
It's a leather top.
I think it's pretty clean, pretty gritty. And then the away jersey, I don't know if anyone's ever seen these before. I honestly had to look up to find them, but the St. John's New York skyline jerseys are pretty sweet. It's St. John's, red and like dark blue, and then the skyline is above the St. John's on the front of their jersey of New York City. So I think that fits well with the location for my program.
Great pick.
Great. Hades, what do you got? What kind of threads are we putting on?
So my home jerseys are going to be the 2013 to 2015 Tufts home jerseys, the white with the Carolina numbers. Sometimes they have the brown shorts, sometimes the Carolina shorts. But a big theme of their jerseys is the American flag. Some helmets just had American flag on one side as their logo. It's kind of scattered throughout the jerseys, but those were like peak college lacrosse uniform. Back at like they kind of revolutionized the game a little bit, throwing the American flag in there, and I think that's such a staple in Nantucket that it would just go perfectly, especially those colors.
I love brown. I love Tufts colors.
See them live, Aiden?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever
What's
see them
that?
live? Tufts.
What, the 2013 jerseys? No, I don't think I actually did. No. I was
Played Tufts though.
Yeah, I mean, current day Tufts uniforms are nice. They're a little overdone. Like these are just so perfect and simple, and there's not much to them. But for the time that they kind of rolled these out, they were just like a perfect jersey. So those are my home jerseys. My away jerseys are the St. Joe's black sleeveless jerseys from last year. They played against Virginia in the NCAAs wearing those. Those are just a mean-looking jersey, and I think it's important to have a mean-looking jersey when you go on the road. Show whoever you're playing that you're not a bunch of pretty boys from Nantucket. You can hit hard and get your nose dirty, and those jerseys are just mean-looking, and I love the look of them. So those are going to be our away jerseys.
They're nice.
Definitely getting the nose dirty in Nantucket. All right, moving on to you, Dan.
All right, our jerseys home. We got the Syracuse 2013 Volt uniforms. You'll remember they played at Gillette Stadium. They wore neon socks with their uniforms, and then their sticks and their mesh had like neon. It's called Volt. It was like a new color from Nike. No, these are so badass. They have orange and Volt Hirachis. Just it's neon to the max. Like this is just like as a young kid, you're salivating over these, just needing a pair of cleats, a pair of socks. Like this has got to go into the get up, and I think the Samurais are going to look great in home in these uniforms. Then away, we have the Maryland Wounded Warrior Project uniform. So a gray base, one sleeve is the stripes of our flag, the other is the stars of our flag. Socks are stars and stripe. This is just screams America. And I think part of this is, our Canadian representatives from our institution are really going to want the Canadian flag in the uniform. And we're going to say, no, America founded this school and is funding this school. It's going to be an Ivy League program within years. America's wins all the wars. So once Canada starts to step it up a little bit, then we'll put a Canadian flag on the jersey, maybe a small one. But those are home and aways for Top Gun University Samurais.
Great. Rick, what do you got?
All right, so for the home jerseys, I don't know if everyone's seen these before, but these are clean 2017 Binghamton white home jerseys. These are just
great choice.
Icy. You got the green helmet, green shoulders, and then just white the rest of the way down. It gets cold in New England. Throw the white long sleeve over the shoulder pads with the white tights and some leg bands like my guy here, Tom Moore, is wearing. I don't know how you can beat that from a icy home jersey, especially in those chilly New England early springs. And then away jersey, 2011 Hofstra Wounded Warrior. I'm sure everyone remembers these guys playing UNC when we were little kids on TV. Presented by Sector Spiders, but these are just hardcore camo. I mean, every time we're leaving the island, we're going to war, and we're doing it in our Hofstra Wounded Warrior jerseys.
It's not even like DG camo. It's like
real
actual
camo.
Like
The boys are suiting up.
You could go in the woods.
Just getting off the ferry.
No one would know for a
these
couple weeks.
Camo jerseys. The game's already over.
Just an army.
It's over when you walk off. All right, round 4. We're going through our stadiums. Mike, back to you again. Where are you guys playing?
This works out well for transition. We got our stadium's Hofstra going camo. Our water veterans to probably one of the best lacrosse stadiums in, I would say, all of lacrosse. They play the quarterfinal there every year.
Yep.
The PLL plays there too, probably every year for a neutral site, or tries to. But it's conveniently it's actually located in Long Island, which is close to Morristown. But we're gonna put it in the dead center of downtown Morristown. It's going to be the arena. Everyone's going there fucking whenever they can.
Yep.
All right. Everyone's
Yep.
fucking shipping in downtown Morristown. We're going to this beautiful stadium and we're gonna compete like gladiators and spill some blood and win some games.
That's it. Like if you fill up Hofstra Stadium, like it's just such a
It's got to be one of the best atmospheres.
just a beautiful
in
sight.
college
I
lacrosse.
think of Loyola Notre Dame quarterfinal with the Thompson brothers against Landis and company. Matt Kavanaugh.
Have you guys ever played there?
Scrimmages, yeah.
Not fun in February
Yeah.
or January.
Yeah.
No.
Right. We played a game in the LA Lax Fest one year on Hofstra Stadium.
Did we?
Yeah. I don't know if it was a Long Island Lax Fest, but it was one of those tournaments.
I was baked. I don't know.
It was like fifth grade. So
9.
yeah.
I don't remember. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool though.
Yeah.
So we played in it.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yep. Check the box.
All right, Hades, you're up next.
I had a little bit of a cheap pick here. I went with Homewood. Just an iconic stadium. I think if you put that on Nantucket, it's just a masterpiece. I kind of went for tradition here, and really like where some of the best games ever are played. But I guess the other part of that is including the Cordish Center, which is that facility right on the back end of the field. That's I think primarily used for only the lacrosse team, men's and women's possibly. But there is a great documentary that just came out on YouTube. They do a tour of that facility, and it's unbelievable. And just making sure my guys have those facilities and a space to do their work and get extra reps in and watch film and all that, and just be by the field and in the lacrosse environment, I think is just paramount to success. So I took Homewood. That's my pick.
I picture like the beach like right behind it too.
Yeah, I mean it's just a good size.
Yeah.
It pretty much sells out. It feels like almost every game, at least every big game. So
If you put a stadium like that too in Nantucket, you could start doing like PLL games and like vacation destinations. And I feel like that's what they need to do. It's like they're playing in Boston on 4th of July, and a lot of people in Boston on a holiday weekend like that, they're getting out of town. They're going to Cape Cod. They're going to Nantucket or something. But if you put a nice stadium in vacation town, like in the summertime, that place is going to fill up, especially one like Homewood.
They're going to Homewood in Nantucket.
it's the pomp and the pageantry that Homewood
That was a
brings.
cheap pick.
You imagine just like looking at the stadium from a plane above Nantucket or whatever, just from a like highlight, just like Eric Stadium, Hayden Stadium,
Both sold out.
10 miles away from each other.
I've never been to Homewood though. That's like it's like a bucket list item. It'd be pretty sweet to go.
Great.
Scrimmage there.
All right, Dan, another bucket list one.
Arlotta. I'll keep it short. When this place packs both sides, like it is, Hayden said it on air last year, it looks like the Super Bowl. Like you just see a sea of people on both sides of the stadium. Eric, did you play here your 5th year?
We did. Anthony DeMeo punched the ticket to the Final Four in overtime. It was pretty special. Super cool.
At Arlotta?
At Arlotta. Notre Dame athletic facilities are
Wow.
just incredible.
Yeah. They just do it right. I was in South Bend a couple weeks ago. That's that just built around that university. No shock there. Let's move on.
All right, Rick.
All right. I think I missed the memo
What are you playing?
on lacrosse stadiums here. But I'm going with Kid Brewer Stadium. Listeners, if you've never heard of that, give Kid Brewer Stadium a Google. It's got to be the most beautiful stadium in the United States. Located in Boone, North Carolina, home of the Appalachian State Mountaineers. It is just carved into a mountainside surrounded by trees. I think it's going to be a challenge to build a mountain on the island of Nantucket filled with beautiful fall foliage year round and then carve a stadium in there. But it can be done, and it's going to trump the island Homewood down the street.
It's gonna be tough to get all those trees there, but
Yeah,
Find
the
a way.
foliage just doesn't. Yeah.
Great stadium.
yeah, that is a sick.
I'm
stadium.
a Sunbelt football fan. I'm a JMU fan. I would love to watch a game there, Holden. That's a good pick.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a good stadium.
The picture you have in the slides is just gorgeous too. It's like a fall day, and it's all you see is foliage. The sun's rising over the stadium. Perfect size too. Like that's gonna sell out for. I forget the name of your school. Sorry.
Imagine watching the
For the
sunrise
crosstown
over,
rivalry.
over 6 a.m. practice there. Sign me up, coach.
Beautiful.
Goosebumps.
All right.
Captains.
Who is leading your team? We're going to start with Mike. Who's leading your team, Mike?
Yeah, pretty simple here and straightforward. The nail gun preseason player of the year, Brendan Lavelle on my end. I talked about how we're going to be a defensive-minded team. You need the best defenseman in college lacrosse to do so. He's gonna lead this squad, and we're gonna build around him.
I think we need to get Mike connected with Brendan Lavelle somehow.
Yeah, I think
we need to make that happen. Whoever's listening.
Last year was Bonnets.
Mike Lavelle.
Last year was Jackson Bonnets. We got him. Like this year, it's Brendan Lavelle for Mike, and I think we can make it happen.
Absolutely. All right, Hayden. Who's leading your squad?
I had an offensive and a defensive captain. My offensive captain is Griffin Schutz. Big midi, number one recruit in the class, just an undeniable talent. He's also a beast. He's, I don't know his exact size and weight, but he's 6'3", at least 220. Skilled offensive guy, just a guy you can trust. He's going to be like our senior captain. And then my defensive captain is Jack Combs, who is a sophomore right now at Vermont, but he's going to transfer to Nantucket University. He's actually a captain for Vermont right now. And I actually watched him play against Syracuse the other day, and he's a beast. Like, he was one of the, guys on the field, either team, that was just like, whoa, he can play. And the fact that he's a sophomore captain and, how highly the coaching staff was talking about him and the announcers and all that, he's just the right guy to be a sophomore captain and kind of grow into that senior captain and just be a consummate leader by the time he's out of there.
Love it. Dan, who's your guy?
Our captain's the best player in the country. It's CJ Kirst. He's going to be the centerpiece for our program. It's going to be easy to sell him on the vision of a future Ivy and, either becoming a pilot or becoming a full-blown samurai. And who knows? He could be the last samurai. But he's our samurai. So he's going to be our captain and the centerpiece of our program. We're happy to have him at Top Gun.
Love it. Love it. I hope he's not the last samurai.
No.
I hope more succeed him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Eric. Who's your captain?
All right. So Sankaty State College is already a tradition-rich program, and every year the best offensive player will wear the coveted number 99 jersey to honor none other than Paul Rabel. And a lot of pressure comes with wearing the 99, and we think about who in Division I can handle the pressure of a big-time jersey. Joey Spalina. I've been on him since he arrived at Syracuse. He's been balling out, and he'll look good repping the 99 on the island.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. That's good tradition.
It's just a tip of the cap to the creator.
Absolutely. Got to pay it forward.
Yeah. These are some good programs. These are
I can't wait to go make this.
Brett,
Casey
Brett,
Powell.
sitting on the outside of this, who would you want to go play for?
That's a good question. I don't know. I might be biased, but I think that Eric's stadium sways me the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the football stadium?
Being that thing is sick.
App State
Being a
Mountaineers.
bit of an outdoorsman myself, I think it would make it all worthwhile going to play there every weekend.
If you're a recruit and you see that stadium, that's quite the pull.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, being on Nantucket is a little isolating, my opinion. They kind of know who you are after a couple weekends on the island.
Don't you want the Cordis Lacrosse Center where everybody just congregates and that's your
Yeah,
family?
true. It's like being in a yacht club in Nantucket, but you just lax.
It's
too.
the most prestigious club on the island.
Honestly, yeah. I don't know. I like the stadium. I think it's unique. That's my take. I played any of the programs though. Great leadership across the board.
Yeah. Completely agree.
I probably wouldn't go to Stonewall Jackson University. Doesn't seem like my place.
We don't take offensive players. Don't worry.
I'm gonna play in D-Midi.
All right, good.
Eric,
Dan, I got a question
Eric,
for
before
you.
we leave you. Yeah.
The guys use their offhands at Top Gun University?
The Canadians don't. The Americans do, and we're very clear on that. The expectations are clear around it coming in. Because if you're an American, you're just not good enough to keep it in one hand. You have to use both. But if you're Canadian and you've gotten to that point, it's acceptable. We'll allow it.
That's what I like to hear.
It's like Cormier. Yeah, it's like Peyton Cormier. Like, you're not asking him to put the stick in his right hand, but if your doc's aching, you're a football player. You're using both hands, and you're getting downhill. Yeah, Eric. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this week. I need your picks to finalize some things. Just straight up, who's going to win, and this will help us in our pick'em segment. Quinnipiac at UMass. Don't overthink it. Just fire it off.
The hot goaltending. It's going to win it.
All right. Yale at Villanova. Good game.
Got to be Yale. Too many guys back after not playing for a while. They're going to be ready to go.
Fairfield at Brown.
Yeah.
They're going to be hungry.
All right. Any remarks on this week? Games coming up. Anything you want to touch on before we let you go?
I'm excited to see this Providence-Harvard matchup. Providence has looked good. They had a great coach and Bobby Benson, great offensive mind. They got some great senior guys in the offensive end. Also, Providence is a place where they got great facilities. I'm sure they're doing a great job recruiting. And, who knows what Harvard's going to look like. I think that's going to be a good one. I think that's going to be very, very telling for where both teams are right now.
100%. It's one of our games of the week, and we could have picked some other ones, but
Where's that game?
Maybe Northeast bias, but
I think it's at Providence.
Yeah.
It's at Providence.
Eric, did you play for Bobby Benson?
I did.
Yeah.
Just for the spring.
Yeah, he's doing a great
He's
job.
awesome.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it. I like Providence in that game. I think that's going to be an awesome game.
At Providence, too.
Yeah.
Those facilities are sweet.
Yeah, they do have a sweet field.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a tight
All right, Eric, we'll let you go, brother. Really appreciate you joining the show, staying up late and helping us out here. Great
Thanks,
to have
guys.
you on. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you very soon.
Best
Thanks,
part of my
Eric.
Thursday is listening. We'll catch you soon.
Water guns, that's a birthday party. That's a birthday party thing. A nail gun.
Children.
A nail gun puts a nail in something, and it stays there for 30 years, and it does, and it keeps it there. And these nail guns are keeping their programs on top.
Back once more with some beautiful bottles in front of us. Some cocktails, they take time. This one, it just takes one pour. Bully Boy Distillers Old Fashioned is perfectly crafted, 3 fingers over 1 large ice cube. It's bold, balanced, and it's ready when you are. No hassle, no shortcuts, just a damn good drink. Head to their website at bullyboydistillers.com. Check out their events page, book tours, or find out where to get these beautiful items. Thank you, Bully Boy, and let's talk about some nail guns.
Cheers, fellas. Thanks,
Cheers.
Boy. And my first time trying it, so let's see how it is.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm sorry. Mike, cheers, brother.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, boys.
That is good. That is tasty.
Oh, it's so good when it hits your lips.
It looks good from afar.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the only thing we need is the orange peel.
Right.
It's the only thing we're missing.
I was expecting like something dark and strong.
That is one of their top sellers, if not their top seller.
Lovely.
I'm really pleased with that. Great to have them on the show. Nail guns.
That's right. All right. So nail gun of the week. This week was a little difficult. I think the last two were pretty, straightforward answers and pretty obvious guys who we had to highlight. Mike, do you have one that you want to mention or no?
I do have one.
I know who you're gonna say.
Go for it.
I know the guys on the show. I've mentioned Del Barton before. Del Barton, private school in New Jersey. You guys are familiar. Yep. For people who aren't, it's a private high school in New Jersey. Costs around $45K a year to go there in Morristown. Funny enough, that is where my university is going to be, Stonewall Jackson University.
Yeah. My top gun
some notable
captain is actually from Del Barton too. So continue.
Funny you mentioned that.
Yep.
Some notable alumni from Del Barton: C.J. Curse, Michael Long, Tommy Schelling, to name some recent ones. A little farther back, Ned Crotty went to Del Barton. So they produce some talent. But I played these guys in high school. They fucking smacked us 15-2 in the Morris County semifinals. Best team that ever went through my high school. They're legit. But there's one Del Barton alumni playing in college lacrosse right now that doesn't get talked about enough. And his most impressive accolade to this date, being a sophomore, is being our nail gun of the week, which is an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
His name is Julian Radicic. I'm sorry if I butchered his last name. This is number 27, sophomore close defenseman for Fairfield. His highlights are probably out there if you follow any college lacrosse account. This dude had 7 caused turnovers in a game. For anybody who has played college lacrosse or pays any close attention, 7 caused turnovers in a game is insane.
Against Lehigh.
I don't think I ever had more than 3.
Against Lehigh.
And against Lehigh.
Yeah.
He was covering their best guy. This guy's a sophomore. I think he played LSM as a freshman. This is his first year down low, at least to be their guy. And when you watch him play, this dude's long, and he can throw a check from any angle and any which way. He's a guy to look out for this year. Congratulations.
Nail gun.
That's a good pick, Mike.
Nail gun.
Mike, do you know what the single game record for most caused turnovers in a game is?
I was gonna look this up.
Take a guess.
But my guess for any game would be 12.
The record's 8. It's held by a number
8.
of people, but he was one off from being in that club.
Wow.
Which is a pretty cool stat.
Wow.
Was it like Matt
a good
Landis
mention.
or something? Some guy in like
one-
1980.
No, because they only started keeping that stat, I think in like 2010. Like it's a pretty recent history of it. The last guy to do it was Richard Checo, LSM for Lehigh. Funny enough, who they played, but he's a caused turnover machine. But yeah, he's a beast. Julian, what's his last name? Radicic.
Radicic, I believe.
Radicic. Yeah. Yeah, if anybody
Radossich. Radicic.
Yeah, if anybody watched that game, he was an absolute beast.
Horseradish.
Fairfield was very impressive. It's a great stream, YouTube live stream, which is awesome. I think more schools should do that. But yeah, he's a beast.
Great
Love
win.
that pick, Mike.
Historic win for Fairfield. Historic. All right, all guts, no glory games. Not going through all of them, just the best ones in our opinion. We have picks. We're going to start keeping track of these. I learned last week. First time lacrosse betting last week. You might not believe me because we already talked about betting on the show. First time. Put $30 in. Now I got $60. It's not bad. I'm pretty good at this shit.
That's
funny how
like
that works.
that's like one meal.
Yeah, that's like one meal at a nice
you're
restaurant. But I realized the trick is, I know everything now. You need to put, you need like
Famous last words.
having
This guy's an expert.
having money lines is like how like money lines of like sure thing it's just make sure thing parlays. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like if you just throw in some money line, get like Maryland's beating Loyola, they're gonna win that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
High Point's beating VMI. Sure, it might go to overtime. Might be tight.
Yeah.
Both those games, but like we know who's
You're
going to win.
saying you can't get greedy, right?
I'm saying if you can pick who's going to win games well, you know, you can make some money. So we're going to go
The
through
spreads.
what?
Vegas has come a long way with the
They
spreads.
have.
They know what's going on.
I remember when we first started, I
Yeah.
was like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like they have those spreads on lock now. They are a lot. They're really tough.
Agreed. Friday the 14th, we got Quinnipiac at UMass. Our crew is taking Quinnipiac. Stony Brook at UNC. The crew is unanimously taking UNC. Brett,
Saturday, Richmond at Virginia. We're taking Virginia. We have Rutgers at Army. We're going Army.
Albany at Colgate. I think this is getting moved to Friday. I think I heard because of the snow it's getting moved to Friday. Nevertheless, our crew is taking Albany in this one. Cornell, Lehigh, unanimous. We're taking Cornell.
St. John's at Delaware. We're going Delaware. Penn at Georgetown. Great game. We're going Georgetown.
Borderline game of the week. If we weren't so high on Providence right now, probably would be a game of the week. Michigan at Hobart. Our crew is taking Hobart. 3-1, Hobart. Hopkins at Loyola. Unanimous Hopkins. Loyola looked good last week, but unanimous Hopkins here.
Marquette at Notre Dame. We're going Notre Dame. Yale at Villanova. We're going Yale. We agree with Eric.
Bucknell at Dartmouth. We're going Bucknell. Air Force at Ohio State. Our crew will take Ohio State in this one.
Fairfield at Brown, another good game. We're going with Brown in that one. And Towson at Navy, we're going Towson.
That one's on Sunday. Yep. And then Tuesday, some good lacrosse games. Starting with the UMass, High Point at Virginia, Penn at Albany, Colgate at Harvard, then Brown at BU. Don't forget to like and follow the podcast too.
Absolutely.
No, this show really sucks, but if you could just like and follow the podcast.
Give us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah, that would be great. That's our biggest
Like-
asset right now.
Also follow us on Instagram. We've gotten over 150 followers in the past 2 weeks. Keep that momentum going. We're also going to be starting a YouTube channel as well. We released that, and we're going to start putting clips on.
We have a really funny account.
So
really funny.
I appreciate you guys.
It's a lot of people.
joining and following us.
We're very lucky, to say the very least. Yeah, these are our games of the week. We have 3 games of the week. Our games of the week. We're just fired up to present to you our games of the week. Well, here we go. Games of the week. First one does not need an introduction. I'm just going to talk about it. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'm going to look at the lines, details, where it is, rankings, all that crap. Syracuse at Maryland. No brainer here. Maryland won last year. I was fortunate enough to go to a BU game, and I was sitting in a box. Didn't watch a second of hockey. Had the phone up, was watching Syracuse, Maryland the entire game. And it was theatrical. Like, it was phenomenal.
That was a great game last year.
I hope it's just as good. This one's at Maryland, though.
No, yeah,
do
I
some
remember
research.
you not being at home during that. We were watching it.
My presence was missed.
We were like, Dan would love being here right now.
What do you guys think, though? Start with Mike.
Great game.
Dan, it's funny you say that. I was at a Mexican restaurant with my girlfriend. Had the phone up the whole time we were watching the game. But I'd say first thoughts here. Something I think is pretty important is that Cuse will have their first game outside at Maryland, which is already not an easy place to play. And then you bring them into the elements, and it seems like there's a lot of inclement weather coming up this weekend. I don't know what Maryland's looking like, but that'll be a huge factor. The Dome is a very, very hard place to play for me and Dan, who've experienced playing there. Anybody will a testament to that. It's a very hard place to play. They definitely have an advantage at home. I think the biggest theme in this game is just going to be, can Maryland slow down Cuse's offense? Because if it's a shootout, Cuse is going to win.
Yep.
No doubt in my mind. But if Maryland can play their game, slow it down, play 6v6 on defense, 6v6 on offense, I think Maryland's gonna thing this one out. But Logan McNaney is gonna have to have a huge game for Maryland if they want to win. And I think the only weak point of Cuse right now is their face-off and goalie. And I'm just picking holes. Their face-off guy's good and their goalie's good. But if they're gonna expose anything, that's where you got to expose.
Yeah, Mike, I like that take. It's always interesting to see Syracuse play their first outside game of the year, because you got to think, like, you know, they probably haven't practiced outside in a long time. Most of them probably since the summer, right? You know, there's no reason to. They have unbelievable indoor facilities, practice fields. They have the Dome, right? There's no reason for them to practice outside. And I think, you know, anybody who's played this game, right, you know, when you're inside, right, everything is just perfect, right? There's no wind. You know, it's a perfect temperature. Everything's sticky, right? You can really develop a sense of consistency with everything you do. And then as soon as you step outside, right, even if the temperature is 5 degrees colder, it makes a difference. So it's always interesting to see Syracuse play their first game outside. You know, I think on paper, Syracuse is a better team. They have a bunch of guys who have been together. We've seen it this year, right? Their chemistry is off the charts. They move the ball so well. They're very fun to watch. But this is really like a big boy game for them.
They're 3-goal favorites, too.
Yeah, which is crazy. But I think, you know, watching Syracuse the last 2 years, it's like, you know, you're just kind of waiting for them to grow up a little bit with all the young guys they have. And this year, right, like now it's like their time, right? They're a championship contender, second-ranked team in the country. Are they that good? Going into Maryland, winning this game would kind of prove that they've arrived. And I think they have. So I like Syracuse in this game. Obviously, Maryland's an unbelievably well-coached team, and they have unbelievable athletes and unbelievable talent. But this is a game for Syracuse to really prove that, you know, this is their year and they're ready to take on these teams and win some huge games.
I can't think of the last like Syracuse road marquee win. It was like a great victory at like Virginia. or Duke or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm looking at last year. Like all their big wins last year were at home. You think Duke when they dominated at home, Virginia, that thriller at home. They lose at Cornell, they lose at Notre Dame. So I agree. I still think they have a lot to prove. They're 3-goal favorites. I think that's bullshit. And I don't know if they should, it's on BTN Plus too.
Well, you think it should be more? What's bullshit?
How is Maryland's a 3-goal underdog at home?
Maryland +3.
You got to think like Syracuse has been steamrolling everybody.
Yeah, they beat Loyola by a goal last week.
Yeah, in their fucking bubble, in their dome.
Just more reason for Maryland to come out here hungry.
Yeah.
Right.
That game was closer than it should have been, and they just snuck out of it. They know they got to play better, and they have Cuse coming to their home. I think.
Yeah, no, that'll be a
agreed
fantastic game.
Agreed. Second, let's get to the next one. Princeton at Penn State. Our second game of the week. Let's see what this is on. I'm more interested in the spread, and then we'll get to talking about it. Princeton at Penn State. I want to say Princeton is a 1.5 goal favorite at Penn State.
It's so tough with these teams who haven't played yet. It's so hard to say that a team who hasn't played a game yet playing a team that's 2-0 is a favorite.
What's Princeton?
Especially when you're a Big Ten team.
What's Princeton's preseason rank?
3 or 4.
That's kind of crazy.
I don't know. They bring back everybody.
Yeah,
they bring back their entire attack, who is probably
But how'd their season end? How'd their season end?
That's a good question.
I think they lost to Maryland in like the first round. I think they got beat pretty bad by Maryland.
You're right.
And I think they lost to Maryland twice pretty bad last year.
They got handled by
That just
Maryland.
seems pretty high for Princeton. And I get they're bringing back a lot of good players. Like, I can name them Kabiri.
Yeah, Nate
Kabiri, Burns, Coulter McAsee, Chad Palumbo. Right? They bring back a ton of offensive firepower. They bring back Tyler Sandoval at the Faceoff X, who's one of the best faceoff men in the country. They're fully deserving of that top 5 rank based on their roster and what they did last year. But yeah, it is always tough to try to make a decision on what's going to happen in this game without even seeing the team play.
They're going to Penn State, who was in the quarterfinals last year, Final Four the year before. I think Penn State over the years has proven much more. But, young talent is sexy, and I think it sells. Sex sells. So that's why they're favorites.
Sex sells. The 3 names that Hayden mentioned is the reason why they're favored.
Yep.
That's why. Coulter McAsee, Colin Burns, and Nate Kabiri. That's why they're favored, because they bring back a very experienced now. They were freshmen last year, 2 of them, but Coulter McAsee obviously is a senior. But I mean, it seems very similar to like Maryland and Cuse to me. If Penn State can bring Princeton into their game, good defense, possession, good offensive possessions, just a longer, slower pace game, Penn State is going to win.
Yeah, and one guy I want everybody to keep an eye on is Kyle Lehman, attackman for Penn State. He is kind of an underrated player, super shifty, very technical dodger. If you watch his film, he knows how to get to the rack, and he does so in such a dialed way. His footwork is unbelievable. He's super quick, really fun player to watch. And then Matt Trainer is another guy for Penn State who we've been watching for years, who is off to a great start this season, 13 points so far. But yeah, Penn State has some firepower, a little more unknowns on the field, but this is going to be a great game. What's the reason why it's one of our games of the week. And I'm excited to see Princeton play and along with a lot of the other Ivies starting their seasons off this weekend.
Last game of the week, one more Ivy. Harvard at Providence. Bit of a biased game of the week pick here. High on Providence after what they've done. 2-0 right now. Harvard was red hot to start off last year. They were they got to 7-0, something historic for their program. But lot to prove. A lot of guys left. A lot of guys transferred. Now are gone. They go to Providence at a great facility. Can Providence get it done? This would be a historic win for Providence.
I mean, I think this is the best team Providence has probably ever had. Those 2 attackmen in Bell and Joseph that we've talked about. Obviously very electric players. But they have a lot of other guys who are just ready for the moment. Dan Donahue is one guy, goalie, Union transfer, who has been having a great start to the season. I think he's averaging like 14 saves a game. And that game against Bryant last week was a really fun game to watch. That was one that we kind of watched the whole game, and it was tight.
That never left the rotation.
Yeah,
Bryant Providence always was on one of the TVs.
It was very back and forth. Like I got worried for a second that Bryant was gonna kind of pull away, but I don't know. Providence is well coached, and they're gritty and they're skilled, and they're a fun team to watch.
Mike, do you have the line on that game? We don't because it's Harvard.
Yeah. I actually have it on one of my lines that I like. It's Providence. It's Harvard -3.
Whoa.
I like.
It's a good line.
It's a good line. Yeah. I like Providence.
I like Providence too.
But
I do too.
I just think a large, you guys kind of mentioned it, like a large swath of people, like college lacrosse fans, just love seeing a team like a mid-major like Providence that's 2-0 and could go 3-0 beating an Ivy. Like I think that's what makes this game so exciting.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Providence beat Harvard and go 3-0.
Everyone does.
Everyone does. Exactly.
Everyone
does. That's why it's so exciting. And then also, I think two of the more underrated attackmen in college lacrosse right now, and Sam King and Ryan Bell, are two unbelievable attackmen who will be focal points in this game and for their teams the entire season. Yeah. So that'll be fun to watch.
100%. All right, let's get into our Feed the Family segment, which we've done a really horrible job of, and it's now being part of the betting world, it's tough to make decisions before Saturday because just so much can happen, and you hear different things and like different opinions, and like people get really high on one team, and you're like, well, I already took the bet. Now everyone's all over it, so it's like now it doesn't feel as risky and fun. I don't know. So I don't throw any money until Saturday, but hey, we can speculate.
Yeah, and
if nothing else, you'll know what the lines are, and you'll be able to ponder for the next couple of days.
I think in general too, it's like we want to be exciting. We want to pick something we're enthused about. That's going to get the blood pumping. We could just bet, a 5-leg money line, but that's not how you feed your family.
No.
You got to take risks.
And one thing I didn't do is our All Guts games. I didn't give Mike Hayden, didn't give you guys the chance to talk about any of them. There are some good ones. Borderline games of the week. Any thoughts on any of these games? I'll mention the big ones. Hopkins, Loyola. Michigan, Hobart, huge game. Yale, Villanova. Fairfield at Brown. That's an interesting one. Towson, Navy. Cornell starts their season. Richmond, Virginia. Rutgers, Army. Any thoughts on mine?
Yeah, I think for me it's just seeing the Ivy Leagues get going.
Yeah.
There's a ton of hype around the Ivy Leagues this year. Ton of teams in the top 20 that, kind of like we touched on, like they're kind of unknown right now. We're just basing their projection based off of what they did last year and who they retained on their roster. So excited to see the Ivy Leagues get going. I'm also pretty excited for that Rutgers Army game. Rutgers is coming off a pretty bad loss to Stony Brook, but I think Rutgers is talented. They're a team that can give Army a game, and I'm excited to see that one. That's kind of Army's first like real test against a really solid team.
Denver, Utah was one I didn't include on there too.
It's a great game too.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
Utah at Denver.
I don't think you could have said it better. I think as far as what I'm looking for is Ivy League starting this weekend. More specifically, I want to see Penn at Georgetown because I'm really high on Penn. I think Penn can win it all. Rutgers at Army is just a great game.
Mike,
such a great game.
Do you actually think Penn can win it all?
I swear to God, I do.
Swear to God.
Now, I'm saying that before they play a single minute this year.
Yeah.
So they might come out and Saturday look like shit. I don't know. I'm just saying from that defense, at least what I said, that defense gives me hope that they can pull it off when it matters the most in the tournament. But besides that, I think Rutgers Army, Penn at Georgetown, and then I'll be at Michigan at Hobart on Saturday. I'm excited to see that. I think the Statesmen can really shake up the Division I landscape by beating Michigan at home.
Hang and bang with the Big Ten.
Yep.
7 goal dogs.
The fish throwers +7. Love it.
Are they in the Pool Family Dome?
Yes. I think there's going to be a lot of snow and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
How'd you get?
I'd assume.
How'd you get a ticket? Those are hard to come by.
I know a guy.
There you go. What's his name?
He's on the coaching staff.
Oh, there you go.
I just know people, you know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Had to pay him off.
If you're not on DraftKings, you're wrong. We're trying to feed the family right now.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Before the feed the family, I have to mention one, and I mentioned it before this podcast. Brett, you seemed a little skeptical about it, but
Yeah.
Just to switch it up because the feed the family has been
Go ahead.
so dry the past 2 weeks.
I'm all for it.
Oh yes.
A shout out to Lance Madonna for people who have been paying attention along the ride here with us through season 1. He was the first ever guest on the podcast. He has a bar tab bet of the week. We all love getting a free drink at the bar or multiple free drinks at the bar. And his that he believes will get him that, and all of us that, is Cuse at Maryland +3, and I couldn't agree more. Dan, I think you're with me on that too. We already talked about that game, but
Yeah.
I love Maryland +3 at home.
Hayden, as just a lover of offense, do you disagree with that?
With what? Maryland, Syracuse?
Yeah. I don't like that.
He's taking Maryland +3.
Yeah.
I think it's just a risky bet. You know,
Totally.
I see the value in it. Absolutely. I don't know. Like, you know, it's impossible to bet against Maryland, but like, what have they done to impress you this year? Other than, you know, beating a Richmond team that's kind of down this year, and then squeaking by Loyola, who got steamrolled by Hopkins early on. Actually, did that game happen? Who did Loyola play? Sorry.
Loyola played Maryland.
Maryland, and who they played before that?
Loyola.
Richmond.
No. Who did Loyola play before?
Loyola played against Georgetown.
Georgetown. They lost to
They
Georgetown.
lost to Georgetown, who, you know, by the transitive property got killed by Hopkins, right?
I
don't know. But my
let's
point
just
is, like,
simplify it.
Syracuse, if you've watched Syracuse lacrosse this year, like, you can't deny the fact that, like, it's the best ball movement you've ever seen.
They're going to
like,
score
literally
15 goals.
The best ball movement I've ever seen on a lacrosse field has been by Syracuse in these first 3 games. It's unbelievable. They just sling the ball. They catch everything. They finish everything.
Against who?
To counter that,
I get your point.
We're talking a John Tillman Maryland team at home.
Yeah.
First time Syracuse playing in the elements at Maryland. And we're not talking about feeding our family here, so it's not that risky. We're
Right.
talking about buying
Right.
beers
Okay.
for the boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everyone relax.
Okay, well, in that case, I like the bet. Like, I
There we go.
absolutely see the value in taking Maryland +3. I wouldn't sign my name on it, and
You wouldn't feed your family with it.
I don't think so. I'm just excited to watch the game. You know,
Yeah.
like, who knows what happens? I might sound like an idiot, but like, it's just a hard bet to stamp and say I'm 100% on this. You know?
I'd be shocked if Syracuse won by 4 goals. If Syracuse won the game by 4 goals, I'd be like, wow.
My gut is that this is going to be kind of like a UNC Michigan type of line where we were all like, yeah, like, I think it's going to happen. Like, we're pretty confident. Michigan's a good team. They'll come in. They'll play defensive. And then UNC just ran away. Like, I think that's going to happen. I think we have more evidence that will be the outcome. That's what I feel.
Possible.
That's why, Mike.
All right.
But I love lacrosse. We'll see.
Let's look at some.
Listen, I'm going to have free drinks, and you're not. Me and Lance are going to have free drinks, and you're not.
I hope so. You deserve it, man.
Hey,
You don't get bully boy.
When
Thank you.
Syracuse wears blue, it's not good.
That's another point. I don't like Syracuse in the blue.
Syracuse and blue.
Yeah.
It's just not them.
They're the orange.
Is that what they're wearing? Is that confirmed?
Probably.
Maybe they'll pull out something crazy. It look like the throwbacks,
Probably.
like the light blue.
Oh, they're probably going to look sick.
Oh, that would have been a good jersey to wear.
Yeah. Or the Volt. What if they did that? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Volt socks.
Now's
Volt.
the time.
I'd have to change my bet if that were the case.
All right, let's look at some other lines. Hobart is +7 in their dome against Richmond.
Love it.
I
Love
love it. We don't have to talk about it. I love it. They're going to cover it. They're going to win. We took them to win.
Plus 800.
Wow.
Good value.
Yeah, that's definitely. I consider that. Do you feed your family on it, though, Dan, or no?
+7, I would feed my family, not money line.
What the?
+7, yeah, absolutely. Rutgers +3.5 at Army. Cornell's an 8-goal favorite. Villanova's a 6 goal underdog
Love it.
against Yale.
I actually really like that.
I thought it was Penn State. No, it's Yale.
No, it's Yale.
Okay, sorry.
Yale
at
scrimmaged
Villanova.
Wesleyan.
At Villanova.
Yale scrimmaged Wesleyan this past weekend, and reports from the scrimmage said that Wesleyan, competed very, very closely with Yale through three quarters, playing all their starters. Wesleyan's a legit team, no question about it. I think, Yale is a team that's like they're bringing a lot of guys back. They had a ton of injuries last year with Chris Lyons and another attackman who I'm forgetting his name, but Leo Johnson, I think. But two guys that were injured last year that are coming back this year. They haven't played lacrosse in over a year. Yale has a talent, but I think they just kind of lack experience and cohesion. So I like that Villanova +6 line for sure.
Any others?
I've got Penn +1.5 at Georgetown. I love it. Obviously.
You're just biased. You're biased towards Penn. I can't listen to you.
No, I don't think that's a bad bet at all, Mike.
I've also got Utah +3.5 at Denver. Bounce back week after Delaware.
I don't know, dude. Do you think they played Denver to 2? That would have to be a net.
To 3.
I think they could do that.
What was
so.
the Denver result in the last game they played?
Oh, we even talked about the Delaware Utah game. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I actually wanted to say something on that. It wasn't a very nailgun move of Andrew McMinn. Stick checking the face-off guy with 2 minutes left in the game. That wasn't a very nailgun move.
Is it Andrew or
why,
Brian?
why can't you just?
Listen,
why can't you just?
Not everybody's a nail gun.
Coach McMinn? I get. Look,
Not everybody's a nail gun, but if it's the rule and you can win a game by calling it, I'm gonna call
Can't
it.
you just?
I want
Can't
to
they
win.
just do it right back though?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the thing is you can hate the rule, you don't have to hate the coach that calls it because if you're doing everything you can to win, use that rule. But it's a stupid rule because if you someone made a point earlier this week that I heard in a podcast somewhere else, but every face-off stick is illegal at some point during the game, right? Right after a clamp, right? You got two guys just railing on these plastic heads. Right, as soon as they pop up, the head's illegal. Right, they bend it back in. Right, so it's a stupid rule because it's all dependent on how you bend your head back after the face-off happens. Right, and maybe you don't bend it back good enough, and you don't retain the shape of it. It's just kind of a dumb rule, but
it shouldn't be a rule. But just for people who don't know what we're talking about, what happened in the Utah Delaware game?
Pretty much, it was a tied game. Delaware wins a face-off. Right, I think they call a timeout. Utah stick checks Delaware's face-off guy. Illegal stick. I think it's a 3-minute locked-in penalty to end the game.
Utah was down 1 at this point. They scored immediately to tie it. So Utah was they were tied 12-12. Utah was back to the face-off X while Utah was man up. And then,
it's locked in, right? So it was 12-12. Delaware wins a face-off. They get the ball. They go down. They kind of milk the clock. Utah double pulls Delaware right out of the timeout. I don't know why. Stupid decision, right? You don't need a double team. You
or
don't
just
need a double
be patient. Be patient.
Right.
When I coach, it's always when we're double teaming someone, you don't need to just throw checks and take the ball away right away. You need to make him swim between both of you.
Yeah.
Make him make a bad decision.
And Utah was
Let him run out
gung-ho
of
trying to
bounds.
take the ball away, double pull in the ball carrier, splits a double, gets right in on net, scores with 20 seconds left. Delaware wins the game.
Yep.
So it backfired. Karma.
Great game though. Great game.
And great broadcast.
Great broadcast.
I'm going to watch more Utah games because of that broadcast.
Yeah. There's freaking Mormons, man.
Jealous I didn't see it.
Are they all Mormon?
No, there's definitely a couple
they're not all.
locals maybe, but
And is it bad that we're just calling them Mormons? Is that?
no. I mean,
I think that's a stereotypical East Coast thing.
yeah,
it
baffles us.
Just like they probably think wild shit of us,
Do they call us
Jersey
Yankees?
people in Massachusetts. Yeah, Yankees.
Oh, those weird Catholics.
They probably think I'm a tan Italian dude with fucking spiked hair.
New Jersey, what? They're
Exactly.
you're not from New Jersey.
Yo, I got one more shout just real quick on a line I liked. Bellarmine at Canisius plus 4.5. I like Canisius plus 4.5.
I love those two team
Buffalo.
names together. Bellarmine and Canisius.
Yeah, those are probably both pronounced wrong. But
no, it's great. You nailed it.
In Buffalo, they looked pretty pesty against Hobart. Like I like that one.
No, I do like that. There was one more I was looking at.
You're a sicko if you're watching that game, but we'll probably be watching it.
Probably. Yeah, I was a fan of Canisius's helmets. Honestly, it looked like a different like Endicott sort of like winged thing. I was kind of a fan of those.
They have a cool mascot. I feel like the Golden Griffin's pretty cool. But Hayden, that's like a game that you're just checking your DraftKings.
What does Vegas think about this?
You're not pulled up unless it's on like Sunday. That's how those get, like a Sunday or a Monday game, maybe midweek. That's when they get the eyes.
So, are we confident that we're feeding the family this week, or
no? I don't think we are. I don't think we've earned that.
There's too many toss-ups.
Yeah, I don't think we've earned that.
We need to get our confidence back.
The Stony Brook +8 at UNC, I kind of like. They just beat Rutgers.
Scary though.
Yeah, after what UNC
very
just
scary.
did.
I looked at that. Very scary.
Yeah, 8 goals though. The over-under is 23 in that game. UNC is a good defense. They held it tight. We could talk about this forever. 10:35 here in Boston, Massachusetts. But appreciate you joining for another episode. Hope it was fun with Eric Holden. We'll be talking about more betting on social media. But thanks to Bully Boy. Thanks to Eric Holden. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to Lacrosse. We'll see you next week.
Game days here for the sport we love. Fast breaks, bar downs, and the tails dunks. Dialing because it's time to roll. Face off, throw one, and get in the hole. Legends rise, it's the creator's game. This is college lacrosse game.